Sup, my name is Ryu for the Yugioh Council, and we got tons of stuff to cover. Massive spoilers from the Dark Illusion set, which does have Dark Magician support, and I did originally shoot this video at 2 a.m. in the morning. Sony Vegas was being a pain in the ass, and I was just exhausted. I didn't get much sleep, so I apologize for not having it out much sooner. But hey, when you don't sleep for like 2 fucking days and get like 4 hours of sleep, you're just gonna crash. So the next two of them of structure decks that are coming June 18th to the OCG, I'm assuming we'll have it in the fall, is a Yugi and a Kaiba structure deck with 45 cards inside of each. Oh my god. There's a Yugi and a Kaiba structure deck, and it's going to be hype. I'm ready for some Blue Eyes support again, and Dark Magician. Odd Eyes Persona Dragon, new Odd Eyes card. It looks pretty damn cool. We don't really know much about it outside of the scale of 1. It was in the manga. You can see that on Yu-Gi-Oh! Edition Singapore's. There's a Kaiba and Blue Eyes card coming from, I can't even pronounce his name, so I'm just going to say the creator of Yu-Gi-Oh! Coming out in April 21st in OCG, so we'll see when it comes to us. And then, again, the Odd Eyes Phantom Dragon. And then this is stuff from the movie that doesn't have effects yet. It's super secret. They want to keep it for the movie. It's got that nice little artwork to it. Looks really cool. Here is a, Millennium Pack, a movie pack. Right now we only have 3 cards, which is this bad boy here, which is Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. Here is a new Giant Soldier of Stone and a Marshmallow. It looks like poop, which is Marsh Macaron and then Giant Sentry of Stone. Those are the 2 new cards, and obviously the Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, which at the moment doesn't have an effect. These guys are Metamorphosis cards. They basically work like Ignites. They're pendulum based, but they have fusions. One fusion is a giant piercing monster with 2800, and then when it leaves the field, it's sent to the graveyard. You target 1 card in the field and destroy it. And the other one is just a 3000 beat stick that requires 3 monsters to make. That's level 9. Yeah. The fusion card reads, you can only use the effect once per turn. Fusion summon 1 metamorphosis fusion monster from your extra deck by using monsters you control or have in your hand as fusion material monsters. And if this card sits in your graveyard, you can shuffle it to your deck and draw 1. These guys all work like Ignites, where you destroy them. That's these guys here. They look pretty wicked. They all look like Ignites, where basically you destroy it and then you get a spell or trap onto your fields. It's pretty much how they work, just so we're clear there, because I really want to get to this. So, for those of you who have yet to see this, Magician's Robe, Magician's Wand. I forgot the spell card's name, but we're going to go over it. I forgot that spell card's name, but we're going to go over it, and the trap card. These are the first 5 that I'm going to go over for the Dark Magician support. These come out of Dark Illusion, the set after Shining Victories. Shining Victories comes out in May, so expect this around July to August, maybe September. Magician's Robe. You can only use the first and second effect of Magician's Robe once per turn. During your opponent's turn, you can discard 1 spell or trap, especially 1 Dark Magician from your deck. Second effect reads, if you activate a spell or trap effect during your opponent's turn, while this card's in your graveyard, you can special summon this card from the graveyard, but bad shit when it leaves the field. It's not a tuner. I'm disappointed, Konami. It should have been a tuner. No. The way Dark Magicians are pretty much going to work is that they're going to be a little bit all over the place with their spells and traps and whatnot, and they're going to basically be working with Exceeds like Ebon. So get your Ebons now, or just wait for the reprint. That's going to happen, because it will happen, because it's not legal in Europe yet. Magician's Rod. You can only use the first and second effects of Magician's Rod once per turn. If this card is normal summon, you can add 1 spell or trap with Dark Magician in its card text from your deck to your hand. If you activate a spell or trap effect during your opponent's turn, they all pretty much have it. You contribute 1 Dark Spellcaster type monster, add this card from the graveyard to your hand. It's a Rhoda, and it's an extremely good Rhoda, because if you play the Pendulum Dark Magician build, I recently shared again the updated version, then this becomes 10 times better. 10 times better. Dark Magician Circle. That's the giant circle thing. You can only use the first and second effects once per turn. Pretty obvious. It's sort of a power duality. You basically look at the top 3 cards of your deck, and if there are any spell traps that have Dark Magician in their card text or Dark Magician among those cards, you reveal one of them, add it to your hand, and return the other cards to the top of your deck in any order. And then if Dark Magician is normal summon or special wise sits in your graveyard, you can target one card your opponent controls and banish it. Amazing. Honestly, amazing. Because if you're running a Dark Magician deck like this, you're pretty much going to net something. And that's just great. Because once it sits in the graveyard and Dark Magician comes on the board, you're banishing out a card. And that's just going to lead to OTKs. A lot of banishing stuff with Dark Magician because you can use Ebon. Illusion Magician. I'm sorry, Illusion Magic. I'm saying Illusion Magician. We're talking about the spell Quick Play that I said I didn't know the name. It's Illusion Magic. You can only use once per turn. Tribute one Dark Spellcaster monster you control. Add up to 2 Dark Magician from your deck or graveyard to your hand. You know why this works extremely well? Because you could use the Dark Pendulum, activate, get out of my fucking face, and then get 2 from the graveyard or just whatever. It's like Pendulum Call, except... yeah, it's just like Pendulum Call, except that you can get from the graveyard too, which makes it even better. Magician's Navigate. This is the trap card. Special 1 Dark Magician from your hand, then special 1 lower level 7 or lower spellcaster from your deck onto your field. If you control a Dark Magician, except the turn that this is sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard, kind of like Phantom Knights, and target 1 face-up spell trap your opponent controls and negate its effects until the end of the turn. That's actually pretty nifty. That's going to be great. Not to be rushing ahead, but here's the new Dark Magician Exceed. And here's a new Dark Magician. So let's go over both of these. The Exceed reads level 7, rank 7, 2 spellcaster type monsters. It has a big booty and a low attack stat. Attack stat's 2300, the defense is 28. So you're pretty much always going to bring them out in defense. Well, this card has Exceed materials. You can activate quick play spell cards, trap cards from your hand, and trap cards from your hand during your opponent's turn, but detach 1 Exceed from this each time you do. If this Exceed summon card is sent to the graveyard by your opponent's card effect or destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, special 1 dark spellcaster type monster from your hand or deck, then destroy 1 card on the field. That's pretty damn good, because with Ebon, that's amazing. Magician of Black Illusion. This is the new Dark Magician. So pretty much Magician of Dark Illusion. That's what the TCG will probably change it to. You can only use the first and third effects of him once per turn. His attack is 2100. His defense is 25. If you activate a spell or trap during your opponent's turn, you can special this card from your hand. This card's name becomes Dark Magician while it's in the monster zone, and once while it is face up on the field, if you activate a spell or trap, you target 1 Dark Magician in your graveyard and special summon it. He's actually pretty good. He's like a reverse wolf bark, and also specials from hand. Here's the new starter deck pendulums. Just real quick, we're going to go over this guy mainly because he's super useful for magicians. I'm just going to go over that in a minute, but here we go. So let's start with the Seesaw Whooper. I'm saying it so wrong. It's the insect. It's this little guy who looks just freaking like Cat Dog, if you ever watch Cat Dog in Nickelodeon. Once per turn, if this card is special summoned, it cannot be destroyed by battle. During your opponent's end phase, you can target 1 level 3 or lower Perform Pal monster in your graveyard and add that card to your hand. If this card is in your graveyard, you can send a Perform Pal from your hand to the graveyard to summon it from the grave. It's only got 100 attack, 1200 defense, but it's level 4, and you make of that what you will. Then we have the Parahorus, which these cute little ones. Scale of 2, once per turn, if there is a Perform Pal card, Magician card, or Odd Eyes card in your other Pendulum Zone, then Perform Pal Parahorus, this card's Pendulum Scale becomes 7 into the end of the turn. I think most of you can see why I say it's pretty good for Magicians, because it's another high scale that you can use, and then basically you just need to get rid of them or whatnot. You know, it's just basically set up. So if you want to he's actually pretty good tech, in all honesty. If this card is destroyed by battle, you can special summon 1 non-pendulum Perform Pal monster from your deck. So more useful for Perform Pals, but still also pretty useful by himself. They're being very careful what they give them. And this is the Carpet Munga. I'm saying it so wrong as I'm just wiped. Pendulum effect. If there is no card in your other Pendulum Zone, you destroy this, and then half battle damage you receive. Monster effect. If this card is flipped face up, target 1 card on the field, destroy it. And if this card is special, you can switch it to face down. It's a rank of 7 with 100 attack and 100 defense. Not the greatest. Maybe I'm wrong. Last but not least, Cobra. Once per turn, when your monster inflicts battle damage to the opponent, you can send the top card of your opponent's deck to the graveyard. It's a pendulum effect, so it's actually pretty nifty for mill decks if you change strategies. This card can attack directly. If this card attacks, it switches to defense at the end of the battle phase. 300 attack, 1800 defense. Again, if you have two of these, one in the monster zone, one in the pendulum zone, you can actually make pretty damn use of that in a mill deck. So you gotta take what you can get. Here comes the Performer Pal King Bear. Scale is 7, level 6, 2200. During the end phase, this card is activated. Destroy this card, and if you do, add one face-up pendulum monster in your extra deck or level 7 or higher monster in your graveyard to your hand. Not bad, but not much going on there. I don't think we have his actual monster effect. We just only have the pendulum effect. Then is the trap card that's right there, and that is Perform Pal Showdown. Target face-up monsters your opponent controls up to the number of face-up spell cards you control. Change those monsters to face-down defense position. Pretty nifty, but Quaking Mirror Force is a thing. Perform Pal Long Phone Bull. This is the last card of all the spoilers. You can activate this card. You can activate the effect of this once per turn. If you special summon this card, you can add one non-pendulum Perform Pal monster from your deck to your hand. Let's go into those photos. And this is all the starter deck stuff that we'll be getting besides the reprints, which probably not going to be anything major. But that Dark Magician hype, the fact that we're getting more Blue Eye stuff, and the fact we're getting more Dark Magician support makes me super duper happy. But I'm going to leave it here because I still have a bunch of other stuff I got to get ready for the other channels for tonight. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy the content, you're new to it, make sure to hit the subscribe button. I'm out for now, and I'll see you later. This has been Ryu for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Council, and I'll see you tonight.